Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm Chief Meteorologist Janessa Webb. A nice clear evening. Winds are starting to subside, and it should be a very comfortable Thursday. But we are tracking our next storm system. It will impact you Friday morning. We'll time things out coming up.
You're watching DC News Now at 9, and just in tonight, a historic vote on the Senate floor.
And something that we haven't seen from Congress in more than 30 years.
What do we want?
Hands off, D.C.!
No other jurisdiction in the United States of America has its laws subject to veto.
Following hours of protest and passionate speeches, senators vote to block D.C.'s criminal code from becoming law. That breaking news just ahead.
Maryland is the best possible site for the FBI on every single criteria.
Decision time gets closer. Maryland's top leaders give their final pitch for the new FBI headquarters. Why they say their state deserves a site over Virginia.
And many people in Northern Virginia have a problem with the proposed pay raise for some government leaders, while others aren't getting a penny more. Our Max Marcella has the details.
And we begin with that breaking news. For the first time in more than 30 years, Congress has blocked a D.C. law from taking effect. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Tasmin Mahfouz.
And I'm Mark Hall in for Chris Flanagan. Today, the Senate voting in favor of disapproval resolution on the district's revised criminal code. Reporter Marielle Carbone joins us live in the newsroom.
Yeah, and Marielle, we know hundreds of people rallied outside the Capitol today, calling for Congress to keep its hands off of D.C., and it appears that those calls went unheard.
Yeah, Tasmin, and it's really not all that surprising. We know that Republican senators have been saying for weeks that they planned to block the revised criminal code from going into effect, and Democrats followed in suit with that today. Now, this vote, it really is a historic one, and one that goes directly against the fight for D.C. statehood.
What do we want?
As supporters of D.C. statehood rallied outside the Capitol.
Hands off, D.C.!
Lawmakers testified inside about why a D.C. law should not be allowed to take effect.
These ideas are crazy, folks.
Blocking D.C.'s crime bill will be a victory for common sense.
Wednesday, the Senate took up D.C.'s revised criminal code. The code, which took 16 years to rewrite, aimed to clarify crime and punishment in the district and realign sentencing guidelines with how judges are actually sentencing people. In some cases, that meant lowering penalties, and in others, raising them.
Why would they even consider sending such a weak on crime message?
Yeas are 81.
In an 81-14 vote, the Senate moved to block the law.
And the joint resolution is passed.
Following in the footsteps of the House, which first passed the disapproval resolution last month. It's the first time in more than 3 decades Congress overturned a D.C. law.
No other jurisdiction in the United States of America has its laws subject to veto.
Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen, a strong supporter of D.C. statehood, voted against the resolution.
Its residents, its citizens are fully capable of deciding their own law.
I have not, in my 10 years in the Senate, seen such a distortion of facts.
So did Senator Cory Booker, who says the code is actually tougher on crime, setting harsher penalties for crimes like sex assault and attempted murder than in several other states.
It is now embroiled in scare tactics.
And President Biden does have the power to veto this resolution, but Mark and Tasmin, we do know he has already said if it passed, he would sign it into law. Reporting live in the newsroom, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
Marielle, thank you. And just before the Senate voted, Mayor Muriel Bowser joined D.C.'s police chief for a community walk around Petworth. A man was stabbed to death inside the neighborhood's library last week. Now, here's what the mayor had to say when asked about Congress deciding on D.C.'s laws. Again, this was just before the vote.
I am not happy that the Congress is intervening in our laws. I am not happy about this discussion at all. And I hope that, and it was my fervent hope that my concerns with the crime bill would have been addressed locally. But what we should all be prepared to do is to stop talking about a dead bill and get to work to get it right.
All right.
And you may remember the mayor had vetoed D.C. Council's initial efforts to revise the criminal code. Council was able to override her veto.
And local reaction pouring in tonight. D.C. Council Chair Phil Mendelson who tried to withdraw the criminal code bill before Senate could consider it, saying in a statement in part this: "This is not a surprise. This is nothing more than a symbolic vote," adding that critics still don't understand what the act really does. Mendelson says the council will continue to work on revisions, calling D.C.'s current code as it stands one of the worst in the nation. And it's getting down to the wire. Maryland leaders are making their final pitch to move the new FBI headquarters to Prince George's County.
Yeah, dozens of state leaders gathered outside the current site in Washington today. They say that Maryland is the right move from an equity standpoint. Prince George's County has a majority black population.
The General Services Administration, also known as GSA, has named 3 finalist sites. That's the Greenbelt and Landover, both in Prince George's County, and then Springfield, Virginia in Fairfax.
And one of GSA's criteria is the proximity to Quantico, Virginia's FBI academy. Still, Maryland Governor Wes Moore is hopeful.
This is an important legacy-defining statement and item for the White House and from the Biden administration. And so we're hopeful that the White House is also going to make sure their opinion is also heard in this as well.
And we expect Virginia leaders to make their pitch for the headquarters tomorrow. And new tonight, police have named the 18-year-old passenger killed in a violent crash in Prince George's County. Kaylee Haygood and another teenager were driving to Wise High School yesterday when they hit a truck on Witchy Marlboro Road. Haygood died at the scene. The other teen is recovering in the hospital but is expected to survive. The same stretch of road has had 3 crashes within 48 hours. Now, in just a couple of minutes, how neighbors are working to make the area safer.
A 15-year-old boy charged with shooting Washington Commanders running back Brian Robinson Jr. and killing a teenager 2 months later will spend the rest of his teenage years in custody. A judge ordered him to remain in juvenile detention until he turns 21. The boy was charged with attempted robbery in the August Robinson case. Now, he was charged with manslaughter in October, killing 15-year-old Andre Robinson. Now, Robertson was killed while sitting on the porch of his grandmother's D.C. home.
All right, lots of sun and wind in the DMV. Let's check in with our chief meteorologist, Janessa Webb.
Janessa, do you have any good news for us?
You know, I always have good news.
Okay.
And actually, the good news tonight is the winds. They are going to start to die down. We're sitting under clear skies. So I think this is pretty fantastic conditions that we're seeing across the DMV. With a little bit of high pressure, it's settling in across our area. And we're looking forward to another fantastic weather day for your Thursday as well. Increasing clouds, though. That is kind of the problem area, but winds after midnight no longer going to come out of the north and west, and really that flow is going to die down. Sustained winds for Hagerstown, Martinsburg, still about 15 miles per hour, but look how the constant wind speeds have gotten just a ton better. Now the wind gusts is still pretty fierce out towards the Mountain State region, up to nearly 30 miles per hour, a slight disturbance across that area, but now dying down for Loudoun, Fairfax County as well, and so things will continue to get better. But our wind chills are a major concern for tonight, factoring in winds at least 10 to 15 miles per hour. We have many spots that are going to feel like we are in the 20s. So right now, 9 o'clock hour, 48 degrees for the suburbs of D.C. For Culpeper into Fredericksburg, temperatures in the middle 40s. So your hour by hour tomorrow morning as you're waking up, we're off to a very cool start. It's feeling like winter. By 9 o'clock, we're in the middle 40s. Comfortable day is in store. I think the larger scope of things, we have an approaching storm system that will form tonight in the desert southwest. It's going to quickly travel here into the DMV going into your Friday. We'll show you how much wet weather we are expecting for your Friday morning.
Janessa, thank you. So preventing carjackings and crime, police working together to find ways to stop the rise, but they say they need your help.
And a family displaced after a tanker blast. We're hearing their story tonight of a sudden explosion that almost hurt them.
And check your receipts, a community coming together to stop those forever fees tacked onto your bill.